Welcome everybody to today where we celebrate the Feast of Saint Doubting Thomas, which is my patron saint. Today, if we reflect upon the Holy Gospel, notice that this Gospel takes place right after Jesus came into the locked room filled with the disciples and he told them, "Peace be with you. Whose sins you forgive are forgiven, and whose sins you retained are retained." So Thomas, as he continues to enter into the room, will come to recognize one of Jesus' disciples saying, "We have seen the Lord." But Thomas didn't believe that, which is the fact of why he got his title Doubting Thomas. So what did he say? Thomas had told the disciples that unless I see the mark of the nails in his hands and put my fingers into the nail marks and put my hand into his side, I will not believe. What Thomas inquires by stating this is the fact that he wants to continue to feel the physical presence of Jesus to the point where not only did he go to see, but he goes to believe. And that is an important lesson for each and every one of us here to go to take away from Saint Doubting Thomas as we strive to continue to progress throughout our journey of faith. All of us here are called to continue to listen to the Word of God to the point where we continue to transform ourselves. But as we strive to continue to listen to the Word, do we come to believe in the words to which Jesus himself is speaking to each and every one of us? Do we come to continue to place our faith into practice to which we can come to further recognize the actions that Christ has done for each and every one of us, the miracles? If we continue to do that, we can come to recognize that not only have we seen the Lord, but we will come to believe. So that way, each and every one of us here can continue to remain united with Christ. So, continuing on with the gospel reflection, notice that a week later, St. Thomas were there with the disciples in the locked room, and Jesus came in the midst of them through the walls and state, "Peace be with you." And not only that, but he told St. Thomas to go and place his hands by his side. And right when St. Thomas continues to place his hand to the side of Jesus, notice that he came to believe in Jesus himself. Each and every one of us here, as we strive to continue to progress throughout our faith, should come to recognize the calling to which Jesus has for each and every one of us, and how Jesus wants all of us here to go and draw ourselves closer to him, so that we don't become unbelieving, but we become believers of Christ. And when we continue to do that, we will come to recognize all of the things to which Christ has done for each and every one of us. Just like how St. Thomas, after he places his hand by the side, goes to state, "My Lord and my God." Notice that each and every one of us here are considered unworthy servants. Yet, for us to be privileged to place our hands upon Jesus, that should be considered one of the biggest blessings, as it is truly Jesus who continues to want to draw himself closer to each and every one of us here in our lives, so that all of us here can go to continue to unite ourselves with Christ. And when we continue to do that, notice the last lines to which Jesus is speaking to each and every one of us. "Blessed are those who have not seen and have believed. So as we continue to progress throughout our journey of faith, notice how Jesus echoes to each and every one of us that we don't need to see in order to believe in Jesus. We have to continue to believe in his words, his actions, so that all of us here can continue to recognize Jesus present in our lives. Thank you to each and every one of you guys for taking the time to listen to this video. For more videos like this, please consider liking and subscribing.